This conference will now be recorded.
Today, I'm going to explain about the Salesforce. So what is Salesforce technology? So maybe some of you are from different backgrounds. I need to consider everyone. I think maybe some of you might be already know about Salesforce. Some of you might be very new to Salesforce. So I need to consider everyone and make sure that I'll explain and understand. After the session, you'll be understanding. So what is the purpose of the Salesforce technology? So what exactly we do with Salesforce? All those things. So slowly we discuss about the further topics. So as part of this course, mainly, first we start with the Salesforce administration. And after that, we start with the Salesforce development. From today, whatever until next month, whatever I'm going to explain, all those are the topics related to the administration. After 1 month, again, we start with the development and continue with the development. So now, so before we understand, we have to understand about one of the concept called cloud computing. So what is cloud computing and how the cloud computing is related to Salesforce? So that we have to understand. So cloud computing means internet computing. The pictorial representation of the internet is cloud. Right? If someone say cloud-based application or cloud computing, how we need to understand? Cloud is nothing but the pictorial representation of the internet. So that means all the services or whatever we do based on the cloud computing, we should have internet. Through internet, we can access. Okay, what exactly we can access with the internet? Right. So it is like this. If they ask you, if someone say, I'm working for programming, the next question, which programming? So programming is a concept. Some set of statements they write and execute and it gives the result. By following that concept, there are some companies in the market. Oracle is providing Java. Microsoft is providing .NET, right? Python. There are different languages based on the programming concept. Right? Different companies offering those different languages. In the same way, cloud computing means it is a concept. The everything what we do through internet, such kind of concept we call as cloud computing. By following this cloud computing concept, there are some companies in the market. Those companies providing some of the services by following the cloud computing concept. Okay, so some of the companies, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, all these are the companies. By following the cloud computing concept, they are offering some of the services. Okay, so the services, whatever these companies offers is different. Company to company, whatever the service, whatever the platform they provide based on the cloud computing is different. Okay, so before we deal with the Salesforce, so just this is what we need to understand. Cloud computing concept, everything we do through internet, such kind of process we call as cloud computing. So there are different services. So one is software as a service. SaaS means software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So mainly these are the services can be offered through internet. Okay, so but in the market there are many companies they are offering services by using this cloud computing. But company to company, they are specialized with some of these services. Okay, for example, if you take Amazon, right? Amazon Web Services, that is one of the technology based on the cloud computing concept. Amazon company, they are offering the AWS services by following this. They are specialized with infrastructure as a service. They are very famous for infrastructure as a service. They are not famous for software as a service or platform as a service. But the other company, let's say Salesforce is one of the company. They are famous for software as a service and platform as a service. Salesforce is not offering infrastructure as a service. So like that, company to company, whatever the services they provide, those services will vary. So first, I want to explain. So what is that software as a service, and platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service? And after that, so we discuss. So what exactly the Salesforce and so which kind of services Salesforce is offering out of all these services. Okay, before we discuss that, the cloud computing is based on the internet. Due to that reason, so no need to install any software, right? No need to install any software in our system. As soon as you have internet, we can work with this technology. Okay, no minimum. So as soon as you have the system with internet, so that is sufficient. Okay, so the next thing, the software as a service, one of the example on day to day, whatever the applications we use. Facebook, who is offering Facebook? Facebook company, they are providing the Facebook social networking platform, right? Social networking application. If someone want to use, they can go to the Facebook website and sign up and they can access the service. This Facebook company, they are only offering software as a service. Let's say once I log into Facebook, I want to develop whatever I want in a custom way. Those kind of options you cannot find. Only whatever they offer, we have to use. It is not possible for us to customize to do whatever you want. Okay, so this Facebook company, they are only offering software as a service. And also day to day we use Gmail. We register for Gmail and we start using email account. Google company is providing Gmail, right? So that we can register and we can send email, we can receive email and check that. Again, we don't have option to customize or do something whatever you want, right? They are only offering the Gmail service as a software. If you like, you can use. Otherwise, you can use some other Yahoo and other email servers, email related websites. So this is a software as a service. All day to day through internet, whatever applications we access, those we can consider as software as a service. So platform as a service, some of the companies, so whatever the software they are providing, right, whatever the application they are providing through internet, they allow those applications to modify as per the user's need. Let's say I registered and there is an application. I want to modify that as per my need, whatever I want. So that is possible. So through platform, they provide the platform to make that possible. On that platform, we do whatever we want and maintain the application. So such kind of services we call as platform as a service. So for example, if you want to develop Java in our system, we should have Java software, right? We need to install Java software and we need to write the program and execute, right? But cloud-based platform means no need to install anything in our local system. Directly in the server, they only install, whoever is providing this service, install in their server and provide. All our job is just start doing the development and achieve whatever we want. So such kind of services we call as platform as a service. The other one, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service means distributing the hardware through internet. Such kind of service we call as infrastructure as a service. How they distribute? So on day to day, one of the example. So I think all of us we use Google Drive right nowadays. If you want to store your documents on some important images or videos, so we use Google Drive. In Google Drive, we can keep our files. And what is the advantage? In general, by default, Google they provide 10 GB space, up to 10 GB images, videos, and whatever you want, you can store. Okay, the advantage is if you store in our local system, if you go to somewhere, if your system is not available, you cannot access your data, whatever you have. But if you keep the information in the Google Drive, wherever you go, even if your system is not available also, whatever the system is available, you can log into that Gmail account and open Google Drive and access your information. And it is easy for us. As soon as we have internet, for us it is easy to log in and access. Even if somehow if our hard drive or something fails, still that will be there in the server securely. Google will take care of maintaining our data without losing. Right? So that's the reason. Due to that reason, nowadays people want to access the information from anywhere. Wherever they go, they want to access the information, whatever they want. So Google Drive is one of the example. So if you want more than 10 GB, let's say I want 100 GB to store my files. If you pay monthly, right, Google will charge for that. They'll allocate 100 GB for you, but you need to pay monthly, maybe monthly some amount, whatever, as a fee. If you pay, they will allocate 100 GB also, 1 terabyte also they will allocate. It's all based on your requirement. So when they allocate the 100 GB, where is that hardware? Right? When they allocate 100 GB, whatever the data you store into that, obviously that should be in some hardware. Right? So in our system, we have 1 terabyte memory. Whatever data we store, it will store into 1 terabyte, that memory, whatever we have in our laptop. In internet, if we are able to save 100 GB, so where is that hardware? Google, they maintain a server. If you see this image, server looks like this. Google company, they will be having hundreds of servers like this. Okay, this is one of the server. Server looks like this. In the server, they maintain terabytes of memory. Right? Google, they have millions of customers. Right? So many customers, right? Maybe they want 100 GB, 1 terabyte, whatever, from the Google server. Assume that this is one of the server. From here, they allocate the space to the users. Let's say one of the user needs 100 GB. One of the user needs 500 GB. So they allocate from this server. The hardware is maintained here. This hardware will be connected to internet. They'll connect this network to internet, and through internet, whenever you store, it will save into this server. Through internet, again, we can access the information from this server. So that's what we'll do. And not only hardware, I mean, not only the memory, hardware in the sense, hardware can be the RAM, processor, right? So all those things, right? So that is also possible. So let's say nowadays the virtual system. So some of you, if you are already working or going forward when you join in the job, for some of the projects, we don't work in our local system. What we do through one of the website, for example, Citrix is very famous. So we go to the Citrix website and log in with the credentials provided by the client. Once we log in, you will see a operating system, maybe Windows 10 or whatever they decide, and you see some memory and RAM and a processor. The installed applications. So what will happen? Virtually, they have the system somewhere in the client location. Through internet, they are providing access for us. So as soon as we have internet, we log into that website, enter into client system, and work in our client system. So whatever data you store, whatever we do, it will store in the client server, right? The customer, the client for which project we work. So in their server only it will store, so that their data is secure, right? So such kind of services we call as infrastructure as a service. Okay, these are just to understand at high level. But for us, for Salesforce, we don't bother about the infrastructure as a service. So I'll explain going forward what exactly Salesforce company offer out of all these cloud computing services. So before we discuss, so here one of the example. So here I am saying multi-tenant architecture. The reason why the companies are offering services with the cloud computing. So why the customers who is using the service, why they are going with the cloud computing services, why they are using those services? The reason is, so one of the reason on day to day, let's say I want to buy one of the house. Okay, let's say, so we have many choices in market. We have individual house and also apartment flat. So why people buy apartment flat, not individual house? If you want to buy the individual house, the price is very high, right? For land and for everything, the price whatever we have to invest is very high. But when compared to individual house, if you go with the apartment flat, it is cheaper when compared to the individual house. So the reason is, same land, the builder in one of the land construct 5 floors or 10 floors based on permission, and hundreds of apartment flats will be there, and they'll sell to each and every individual family. So as a whole, the builder, whatever the revenue they get is very high. As a customer, whatever to purchase a house, where we are investing is less. So that is the reason. Both whoever is providing the service and whoever is offering the service, both are benefited. I think someone is not in mute. So that's the reason. Okay, so we go with the apartment. Okay, and also when you go with the apartment, there are some disadvantages. I mean, obviously because we are sharing that building with the other families, right? So other people. So there are some common areas, right? Maybe common play area, common electricity, common water, right? So that's why we have to pay some maintenance charges on monthly basis, and all those things are there. Okay. So, but people are fine because whatever they are investing is less. So that's the concept. If it is individual house, the builder after selling, whatever the profit they get is less, and whoever is purchasing that house, the customer is paying more. So due to those reasons, right? This multi-tenant means who stay for rent, right? Multi-tenant means multiple people. So there is one building, multiple people they are purchasing the flats in that building, and they are sharing some common areas. So such kind of concept. So both are benefited. The vendor who is providing the service, the customer who is using the service, both are benefited. So that's the reason. So people are the customers, they are looking for cloud-based services, and the vendors are also providing services with the cloud computing. So this one, how technically we need to understand. So for example, there is a Google server. I am one of the Google customer, and I want 100 GB. By paying monthly fee, I get 100 GB. Let's say one of you are also the Google customer, You want 1 terabyte memory in the Google Drive, you will pay for that and take. Maybe your data and my data and many other hundreds of customers' data will store in the same server, right? Same place, but they maintain the separation based on the user. Securely only, they'll make sure that I can access only my information, you can access your information. So only one server they have, but they are distributing that server hardware to different hundreds of thousands of customers. They get a lot of benefit. Okay, so let's say even though they allocate 100 GB, I might not use 100 GB. I might be using only 20 GB, right? Until I use. So what they'll do, that remaining 80 GB they'll also give to someone else. So there are some techniques. So due to that, they get more profits. Okay. So such kind of concept is multi-tenant architecture. Cloud computing is following this architecture. Okay. So now we just know about cloud computing. Cloud computing means internet computing, everything using application, developing the application, distributing the hardware, everything through internet we do. Such kind of process we call as cloud computing. There are many companies. Salesforce is also one of the company providing services by following the cloud computing concept. So it is a software company which is having headquarters in San Francisco. Okay, they started in around 2000 year. They started with no software, right? With that concept, everything through internet people should able to access without installing anything in the local system. With that concept, they started this company. So this Salesforce company, they are offering two types of services by following the cloud computing concept: software as a service and a platform as a service. As a software as a service, they provide the CRM applications. So what is that CRM? I'll explain in a few minutes. Okay, so they provide some built-in applications whenever some of the customer register, and also they are providing the platform as a service. So that platform technically they are calling as force.com platform. Okay, so they are providing the default CRM applications, and also they are providing the platform. On that platform, we can modify the applications whatever they provide, and also we can create the new applications as per the customer requirement. So the concept of Salesforce is application plus platform, right? Software plus the platform makes the customer happy. So that's the concept of the Salesforce. So mainly they provide these two services. Now here, what exactly that CRM, that we have to understand. Then only we know what is that application and what they provide. So later we also understand so how we use the platform, whatever they offer to modify the applications, whatever Salesforce provides. Okay. So first CRM, the full form is customer relationship management. When you deal with any business, think about any business in the market. Almost all business in the market on day to day, they use CRM. Right? CRM is while interacting with the customer on day to day, in each and every stage, how they are storing the information in the organized way. So that concept we call as CRM. As part of the CRM, you can divide this into pre-sales and post-sales. Right? This applies for the business. So take any business, think about any business. For example, laptops. Right? Let's say one of the shop they are selling the laptops and computer accessories. That is one kind of business. There is a restaurant, right? They sell, right? So let's say there is a furniture shop. They'll sell furniture. Let's say Airtel, right? Airtel, what they do? They provide mobile services, they provide internet, right? So any business you take on day to day, they need CRM. They need to store their information in an organized way. Okay, so let's see with example how that will work. Okay, so now, so maybe, right, maybe to understand in a better way. So all of you, you are joining for this Salesforce course, right? Internally, whatever I am doing is also a business, right? So I'm giving training and you are taking training. So for this training, I'm charging the fee and you are paying the fee. For me, money is generated, right? For me, whatever I am doing is also a business, right? So maybe first I'll explain about this and later we'll also take other examples. So when I do business, so in any business, so whatever I'm doing is not a product, right? In my business, I'm not selling any product, right? The physical product or whatever you can take and use. I'm providing a service, right? It's like education, right? When you join in one of the college or university, they take the fee and they'll provide the education. So I'm also doing the same thing. So my business is a service-based business, right? So this is a service kind of business. In my business also, so pre-sales and the post-sales. So before selling a service or product, so after selling the service or product, so whatever we do in each and every stage will be fall under these things, right? Pre-sales means before selling a service or product. So let's say I'm giving training on Salesforce administration and development and lightning. How people know in the market? How someone knows that I'm giving the training, right? So any business, when they are doing the business, how people know they are in the business and they are selling something? The first phase is the campaign, right? Advertisement. People should aware of that company, that brand, that services, right? For that, the first phase is the campaign, right? Campaign means advertisements. So how we advertise? So let's say how I am advertising. So let's say I have a Google business page. So I have a Facebook page, Twitter page. Maybe I'm giving digital marketing advertisement. Through reference, I get some of the. So due to all these advertisements, what is the benefit? So let's say to introduce a particular product or service in the market. So what the companies do, they allocate some budget. So let's say my monthly budget for campaigning is, let's say, 5,000. So how we spend that? So let's say paper advertisement. There are different types of advertisements, right? So let's say paper advertisements, TV advertisement. That maybe I'm not giving, but some companies they give TV advertisements, internet advertisements, sponsoring for an event, sponsoring for a program. So in different ways they spend the money, right? So here assume that campaign is one of the table. All the campaigning activities, whatever the money they are spending on the campaigning for advertisements, they store in one of the table called campaign. So due to campaigning, so what is the benefit they get? So why people give advertisement? By seeing the advertisements, people in the market will respond to that campaign, right? So by seeing the newspaper ad, they'll try to open that website or call to that number or mail to that email address, whatever they provide. In different ways, they'll try to communicate and try to understand the services provided by that company or the product offered by that company, right? So due to advertisements, leads will be generated. lead means someone, so something they are looking for, the service or product the company is offering, right? So here that we call as lead, right? Lead means it can be someone responded through advertisement or through reference, or somehow someone they came for some inquiry. It's not that they'll really take the service or product. So those we call as leads, right? So when you deal with a business, okay, so let's say for my business, I'm saying I'm giving training and I'm doing business. I'm doing business with whom? So that is also the thing. So business to, so there is a concept called B2C. B2C means doing business with an individual person. Let's say one of you need training on Salesforce. I'm giving, right? 10 people, 20 people, they are approaching and they're talking and they're attending. I'm giving training. So I'm directly giving the services to individual people. So there is one more type of business, business to business. Okay, business to business, B2b. So business to business means some, let's say I'm giving training. I also give the corporate training. So I have a company, my training company. My company is giving corporate training. That means for a company, for some other company employees, I give the training, right? So my company, whatever I am doing is business. So corporate, that company to which employees of the company I'm giving training, that is also a company. So this kind of business, so that company will be paying for me for the training, right? So such kind of business we call as B2B. Okay, so isn't that we're dealing with the B2B. So when you are doing the business with some other company, so let's say one of the corporate company or one of the small company, they need training on Salesforce. By seeing these advertisement or through some reference, they'll approach. Whenever they approach, I'll capture them as a lead, right? Lead is someone doing some inquiry and trying to understand about the product or service. That is a lead. So in lead, so let's say one of the company, let's say Wipro is one of the company. That company, they need training on Salesforce. How they approach, I mean, the company employees will approach me, right? Behalf of the Wipro company. One of the employee, they call and talk, right? So when we say lead, the lead is from a company. From that company, one of the employees should interact, right? So let's say one of the employee name is Ramesh. Okay, that person is interacting. Let's say Ramesh is on leave, or let's say instead of Ramesh going forward, some other employee deal with this training related things. Again, so that person also will be captured as lead, right? So like that. So lead is a response. In the lead, the person who is working in a company, right? That person will interact. Lead will be having both the person information and the company in which the person is working. Okay. So due to campaigns, leads will be generated. Once the lead is generated, the next phase is they ask, right? If you take this training perspective, they ask, what is this? What is the duration? Can I attend demo? Right? Demo is the main thing. So they attend demo. After attending the demo, they decide, right? So once they started attending demo, so that means they are showing interest, and so they are okay to attend demo and see how it is going. So that phase, I'll convert that lead into the account and the contact and the opportunity. So what is this account? So let's say Wipro company, one of the person approached for details. I have provided the details and they are fine with all the details and they arrange a demo. So that means that this client is showing some interest. So I'll make this as a customer. So whatever the company information is there, that will be stored into account. Whatever the contact information is there, that will be stored into contact. So what they want, let's say they want training for 20 employees, right? 20 employees, Salesforce Admin plus Dev training. Okay, that is the opportunity. Okay, so opportunity is nothing but a deal. Okay, this account means, to understand easily, account is nothing but company. So contact is the employee who is working in a company. Opportunity is a deal. So what they want. Okay, so now the opportunity is generated. It's not that they are going to take this 100%, right? There is a deal for 20 employees. I have to give the demo and convince and satisfy. So what they are expecting, whether I am teaching or not, right? So this is like a deal. If they satisfy, the opportunity will be closed successfully. That means they'll pay the money and they'll take the training and continue. Okay. So the opportunity, the deal might be succeeded. So once it is succeeded, again and again, the same company will provide multiple opportunities. Maybe after one training, again they give one more training. It will be like repeated multiple times and take the training services. Let's say one of the company, they don't like, so they are expecting whatever they're expecting is something is not matching. Let's say they want to complete the training within 1 week. That is not possible. So in those situations, due to some factors, so they want to take the training. So that time we lose opportunity. That means money won't be generated. So like that in each and every phase. So what is happening in a business will be captured as part of the CRM. So now so far whatever I explained is pre-sales, right? So I'm giving training and after completing the training, maybe that's not the ending. After the training, so let's say they ask you to do mock interview and prepare resume and explain the project. So those are the post sales, right? So they paid fee and everything, training is over. But after that also, so some of the services, they have questions, answering. So all those things are doing, right? So those things are fall under post sales, right? So after selling a service or the product, if they have some support or some information they need, that can be created as a case. Each problem, each support activity in the system, they maintain as a case. And the solution provided for each question is captured as a solution. So this kind of information will be captured as part of the post-sales activities. So this process we call as CRM. So maybe I'm taking the training as an example. Right? Let me also take one more example. Okay, let's say there is a company which is selling a product. For example, Apple company. So they are selling iPad, iPhone, Apple laptop, right? All those things. So let's say that so Apple company, they are introducing one of the new model of the iPhone. So how people in the market knows about that, right? That Apple company. So this product is from Apple, right? So how we know they are introducing a latest iPhone? First, they do the campaign. They give the advertisement. So maybe they allocate a budget of $10,000, $2,000 for paper advertisement, $5,000 for internet advertisement, $2,000 for some sponsoring a program. In different ways they'll spend, right? Due to that, so who will respond due to these advertisements? So many retailers, many distributors, right? Distributors means, let's say they sell the phones to the shops in one of the area. Let's say to entire Bangalore, one of the companies supplying iPhones, right? From where they buy? They buy directly from iPhone. They directly buy from Apple. They might be, let's say, they directly purchase 10,000 iPhone latest model, and they again further sell to the different shops in the Bangalore, right? So due to these advertisements, many companies, right? The shop is also nothing but a company. The distributor is also a company. They'll be having a company, right? So companies, they respond to this, right? Company in the sense, company is not a person, right? One of the person from the company will respond. Leads will be generated. In the lead, from which company? Right? Let's say ABC Limited is a distribution company. From that company, so let's say one of the person called Sheikh, that person is approaching, right? So when the lead is generated from Apple company side, they call to that lead. They call to Sheikh, who is from ABC Limited company, and understand what they want. Okay. So let's say if the Sheikh, that person is interested about what they are talking from Apple side, since that person is showing interest, lead will be converted into account and contact and opportunity. Already we know account means company. Here as a account, they store this ABC Limited. As a contact, they will store Sheikh, that person, first name, last name, company email address, company mobile number or landline number, all those things. So what they want? So let's say they want 1,000 Apple iPhones for the latest model, right? So that's what they want. This is a deal, right? Now the next phase, they ask for the quotation. Since we are taking 1,000, so how much discount you give, and what is the quotation, right? If they like the quotation and services, then they'll take. When they take, the money is generated for Apple company. They say they think that the price is high, somehow they don't want. If they drop without taking, that means opportunity is not closed up successfully. The money won't be generated for Apple company, right? So let's say they sold all these 1,000 iPhones. So what is the next phase? Here so far, whatever, so we are dealing here, these are like pre-sales, right? So after selling, post sales, after selling, so let's say one of the customer, maybe that retail shop, they'll sell that phone to some other end user, individual person. There is a problem with the sound, there is a problem with the display. So what we do, we directly approach Apple support, right? For each problem, they'll create a case. From Apple side, they create a case. Each support activity can be captured as a case, right? So whatever the solution they provided for that, maybe they store in one of the table called solution. And also internet, they publish some knowledge articles. Nowadays in internet, when you If there is a software problem, by reading in internet the article, we can resolve our own problem. Okay, so this is what will happen when the Apple phone, when they are selling that Apple, the iPad or iPhone or all those things, right? So product-based company, service-based company, right? Airtel company, they provide internet services. How we know about Airtel? They give paper advertisement, TV advertisement. So we inquire, let's say by seeing the number, you can call and inquire about the broadband internet. Let's say one of the company, they need internet, right? One of the person from that company, they call and inquire. They need internet for 100 employees. So that's the deal for Airtel company. So once that company purchase the plan, internet for 100 employees, the next phase is support, right? There might be a downtime in internet. If internet is not working, they'll call to Airtel and they need to provide the support. Every time when they call, they create a case and support and close the case. So this kind of applications are by default provided by Salesforce. So that's what here CRM refers. Okay. So far on CRM, understanding the CRM, any questions, anyone? Now the campaign, right? So maybe company, they launch one of the product, so hoardings, and also maybe TV advertisements, paper advertisements, maybe sponsoring for some of the event. All these are the campaigns. Due to campaigns, they get the leads. Lead can be generated from filling a form in the website or by doing the online chat or by contacting through WhatsApp or email or Facebook in different ways. And lead will be converted into account, contact, and opportunity if they are showing interest. So account means company, right? Company is the account, and the contact is the person, the persons who is working in the company. Those are the contacts. Deal, opportunity is a deal. So what they want. Okay, so let's say they ask for the quotation. Okay, how much they are charging, how much discount they are giving. So let's say if the company is quoting for more price, let's say they are not happy, they don't give opportunity. Let's say they are providing best price, if they are happy, they'll purchase, right? So money is generated for that company. The next phase is support, right? For support, each and every problem is created as a case and they'll work on that and close it, right? So that is the case. Solution and knowledge articles. Sometimes in internet we search and get solutions and resolve our problem by our own. So those kind of things, all those things they maintain as part of the post sales activities. Okay, so that's it. That's about the CRM. So before we discuss about platform as a service, so far any questions, anyone? Okay, so I believe you are able to follow. So the next phase is the platform as a service. Okay, so they are offering these applications. So basically, the CRM application, Salesforce, they offer as, and this process, whatever we discussed is CRM, right? So as part of the CRM, again, Salesforce classified into different applications. So they provide marketing, one of the application, sales, one of the application, service, one of the application. So these are the three different standard applications offered by Salesforce. Customers, they can use these applications as it is. And also they can modify these applications as per the client requirements. Let's say Airtel is using CRM app. Our client is Airtel. Airtel company, when they sign up with Salesforce, they get all these applications to manage their CRM. But Airtel company, they have many enhancement on top of these applications, whatever Salesforce offer, right? So those enhancements, those things we do through this platform. Okay, so the platform technically Salesforce, they are calling us force.com platform. Okay, so that's the thing. And what exactly we do through platform and all, I'll explain going forward. I'll explain. Okay, so now advantages of the Salesforce over other technologies. So why any company they go with Salesforce, not with other technology? Why not Java? Why not .NET? Those are there from long time. The reason is there is no maintenance. That is one of the reason. Okay, so no maintenance means what is that? No maintenance. When they release a new version, right? So let's say a client registered with Salesforce and they are using the Salesforce software. When Salesforce company, if they release a new feature, if they release a new version, latest software, from our side, no need to bother, right? Since it is cloud-based, automatically they will update. From our side, no need to do anything. Like Facebook, right? If you remember, if you see Facebook, sometimes when they introduce new feature, suddenly on one day when you log in, you'll start seeing those new features. The same way Salesforce also. Okay, and also security. So there can be, so maybe to understand these things, I need to explain about the Salesforce development life cycle and how the project starts. Okay, maybe after that, if I explain, you'll understand in a better way. So for that, so let's see how exactly the project starts. Okay, so now assume that Airtel company, right? That company, they need CRM application to manage their day-to-day business activities. They need a CRM application. Let's say they are identified Salesforce is one of the number one CRM platform, right? It is number one CRM cloud-based platform. Okay, so they want to go with Salesforce, right? So how easily they can go, right? Let's say the same company, instead of Salesforce, they want to go with Java, right? So when they go with Java, what will happen? When they go with the Salesforce, what will happen? Right? So when they go with Java, let's say assume that Airtel initially they want to go with the Java technology. So when you say the application, web-based application, cloud-based application, we should have the UI, right? The user interface, right? The page to access, something like this. Some UI we should see, right? Based on what we click, so what we enter, internally it will execute some business logic, right? We have the UI web page. Internally, when we click on a button or doing something, some logic will execute and it give results based on that, right? So something like this, if I enter and do something, it is throwing error. So what happened? Some logic is executed, business logic, and the database, right? So when I enter username and password, when I click on login, it will execute some logic and send this information to look in database. And if there is no match in the database, it is throwing error, right? It interacts with the database. So database needs some space, right? Database is nothing but it holds the data. But to store the data, we need some memory, right? For memory, we need server, right? Server means the hardware someone they maintain, or we have to buy our own server and connect it to internet. That server looks like a big room with a lot of hardware and we connect it to internet, or we just purchase from some other companies like Amazon. They provide the servers. We can pay for that and take for rent, those kind of things. So it needs a server space. So to do one of the basic CRM application on the Java platform, UI means again it needs HTML, JavaScript, those kind of skills. They need a UI team, and they need business logic. Is Java is only for business logic, right? So Java team, they work on this, and there is a special team they maintain for database commands and all those things, right? So 3 different teams needed. One is for UI, one is for Java business logic, one is for the database. All the teams work together, and at least minimum it takes 6 months to have a basic application, right, on the Java platform. If they go with Salesforce, within 1 minute they get the account, right? How? It's cloud based. So what they'll do, so let's say they inquire and they want to go with Salesforce. Within few minutes they can register. At first, so just let me show you Salesforce Editions. So here you can see all the Salesforce Editions, whatever Salesforce offer. So this one. Okay, so now we have unlimited, enterprise, and professional, and also per user they are charging this much. So Airtel company, let's say they want CRM application for 1,000 users, right? So here how the Salesforce is charging per user, $25 if it is essential edition. So maybe unlimited edition, $300. But no need to pay. If you see someone, if I click on let's chat, someone will chat. Immediately they will call and will talk to, right, this Salesforce sales team. Based on the business of Airtel, they suggest which edition is suitable for them, right? So they say they want unlimited. So no need to pay anything. 30 days free trial. You can click on try for free. Within a minute after filling the form, they will get access to the account and they start using the CRM applications, marketing, sales, and service, all those applications offered by the Salesforce, right? So within few minutes, the account is created. Up to 1 month, they can log in and access and see everything, what are the features and how it works. After 1 month, they decide they want to continue. If they like, yeah, they'll continue, right? So all they need to do, they need to pay, and so that they'll create the, maybe allocate the licenses for 1,000 users. All users, they log in and access, right? So how easy it is, right? And again, UI, inbuilt UI. Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll show you how exactly we register and log in and all those things. For you to show, just I'm trying to log into one of the existing account. So once you register and log in, inbuilt UI, right? No need to develop anything. By default, there is an application, there is a UI. With point and click, we can do and we can achieve whatever the end user need, right? Inbuilt UI, inbuilt business logic. When you interact with the page, in background, what is happening? When I click on here, it executes some logic. Inbuilt business logic is executed. When I fill this form and click on save, it will save into database, inbuilt server space. They provide a server space also. Everything ready-made in few minutes they'll give, right? In 1 minute you will get account with all necessary things, right? So that's a very, very big advantage with Salesforce. Okay, so Tomorrow, maybe I'll reveal the other things, how exactly the other advantages and how it is different. And I'll also explain about the development life cycle. So first we should know how the project starts. What is our role in that project? When you join in one company, so what we do, right? So we need to do the testing or we need to do the development or what is the meaning of admin, all those things. Tomorrow we'll discuss more on that. Okay. So the thing is, at one point, if you want to understand, whatever the platform Salesforce is offering, using that platform, some of the features we can achieve with the point and click, right? So they are offering platform. So there are some point and click tools which we need to configure and achieve the requirement. So only with that, if you do that part, people are calling as admin. For some of the client requirements, we cannot achieve with the point and click tools provided by Salesforce. We need to do development. So what kind of development we do, that I will reveal tomorrow. Okay. So what kind of development we do. So all those things, the development related things will come under the development, right? So we say customization, the coding part we call as dev. So tomorrow is very crucial. Tomorrow I'll start with how the project starts. So what is the process we follow? In that process, where exactly we need to work? What is our role once after we join in a company? All those things tomorrow mainly we discuss. For today, we are done with this. Before ending today, so far, any questions, anyone?
I have a question.
Yeah.
No, sir. No questions.
So for the development, using Java is like, we used for development, right? I mean, we write the program. So like this Salesforce also, do we need, know any Java or what kind of program we'll do for development?
The thing is, no need to know about any programming language or Java or something. So
Okay.
in Salesforce, as part of the dev, so we are like a full stack developer. In Salesforce, we work on developing web page UI. We also work on business logic to write the logic. We also use database commands. We are like a full stack developer. In all layers we work. So mainly as part of the business logic layer, we use one of the programming language called Apex. For this, I'm not expecting anyone to know some Java or other language. As part of this course, we discuss from basics. We start from what is a program. From that, we start and understand all the advanced topics. Okay. This course is not having no expectations like you are having some prerequisite knowing HTML or Java. Okay. Any other questions?
Hello, sir. Regarding lightning, all those things. So we are going to, can we build with this Angular and those things?
Yeah. So when we say UI, specific to Salesforce, right? Or UI, obviously, specific to Salesforce, they are offering Visual Force. Okay, so they are offering as part of the Lightning, Aura, and LWC. Apart from that, in general, we also use in any other web page what we do, right? We use HTML, we use CSS, we also use JavaScript. Everything we use here. In HTML page, you can use AngularJS or Node.js, whatever, right? Whatever the other frameworks, jQuery and all those things. Here also you can do. In Salesforce also, if you know AngularJS, if you want to develop a page with AngularJS, yes, you can do. That all you need to do, include that AngularJS file and do your development. It is possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Any other questions? Okay. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Until these next 3 days, there is 1 day delay to share the recording. I will mail this, the notes and the recording by tomorrow morning. I will mail. Until first 3 days, you'll get emails. After 3 days, after demo sessions, I'm not going to send email daily. Maybe I'll show the procedure how you can access this recording and this notes and all those things. I think day after tomorrow. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.